Morning everybody, welcome back to Boom. My name is Vikash and I hope you all are doing really great. Let's begin the journey of tenses ahead. In our previous videos, we have discussed about meaning of tense, how do we identify tense, if my tense is incorrect, what is incorrect, my verb, either helping or the main verb. So let's continue the journey of main verbs. Here, V3, V1, just to recap, it's always used for simple category. It can be used for past, it can be used for present, and it can be used for future as well. All the three categories. However, past will have by default did as the helping verb, and future will have a by default helping verb called will. V2 always and always used for simple past, and remember, never has a helping verb. Never. That's the easiest way to identify the difference between V2 and V3, because there are some verbs for which V2 and V3 are same. So you can easily segregate looking at the helping verb. Now let's begin with the next category of our verbs, which is V3. V3. It can be used for past, it can be used for present, it can be used for future as well. This V3 form is used for perfect category. It can also be used for simple. However, it will be in passive form. I hope you remember active passive. Okay, so let's have a look here. Let's say when we talk about past, it will always follow the pattern subject plus had, let me use negative not here in bracket, plus V3. This is for past perfect. Present, here subject. Now we have a division here. In present tense we have singular and we have plural. Singular I will use has, and for with plural I will use have. Let me use negative form not here plus my V3. This is present perfect. Now the third category, which is future. So future here means subject plus will, and if you have to use negative, always use after the first helping verb, plus have plus my V3 form. This is for perfect category. Let's take an example and understand it. Here, let's say somebody said, I have known Rohan for 3 years. Now again, the basic thing is to identify the correct time. So first step, look at the helping verb. Okay, I checked have. You remember have belongs to which category of helping verb? Present. Now I have to identify the exact time. After have, check the main verb, known. The main verb will always follow after the helping verb. Known, know, knew, known. Known is my V3. So you remember V3 is used for perfect category. So this category of sentence is present perfect. Now, if this sentence is twisted here like this, I had known. So had is used for past. V3 known, so this is my past perfect. The most important thing for you, my dear viewers, is to understand about the right concept of time. If you have the right concept of time, which means you have control over tenses. Now, let's discuss about the simple category. In which way we can say that though the verb is of V3 form, but it is being used for simple category. Let's say somebody says, let's take an example. An apple, forgive me my viewers, an apple was eaten by Ram. Sorry, so here was, you remember which category? Past helping verb, and this eaten is V3 form, so past perfect. No, here will be incorrect. We need to be very particular. When we say perfect, it means it has to have the helping verb has, have, had, will have plus V3. This is the perfect form. Have a look here. And if you talk about simple passive form, here, simple passive form. So here, either it will be is, are, am, was, were, will be plus V3. In case if you have this form, this belongs to simple category. So here was, you remember, and then we have V3. So this will be my past simple. However, it is in my passive form. I hope this thing is clear to everybody. Let's move to the next category of verbs, which is V4. Again, V4 is very easy. We have been studying since our junior classes ing form. They are playing, they are singing, they are dancing, they are watching. Though it sounds very easy. However, there are times when we get confused. So let's avoid the confusion today. V4, it can be used for past, it can be used for present, and it can be used for future as well. The category which we will have under V4, first one, continuous, or these days most of the grammar books have come up with this fancy name, which is progressive or continuous tense. Second category for which it can be used is perfect, continuous, or progressive form. So let's look at them one by one. Remember, V4 is always and always the ing form of the verb. Very easy to identify. Whichever verbs will have ing in the end, your mind should automatically tell you that this is V4. So let's have a look at it. When we say past, right now I will look at one category, which is our continuous. Past, okay. So the form will be was, were, plus V4. If you have this pattern in this sentence, there was a boy, no, there is no verb form. But if somebody says they were doing a work in the field, they were doing, okay, I was going, he was planning, then it belongs to past continuous category. Let's move to the next category, which is present, which means is, are, or am plus V4. If you talk about future, again easy, will be plus V4. So these three forms are used for continuous category. Now let's move towards the other category, which is perfect continuous. Perfect continuous means for past, the form will be had been plus V4. Always. If you talk about present, then has or have been plus V4. Future, let's put a question mark for perfect continuous. I'll tell you why. First of all, let's understand about V4. ing form of the verb, it can be used for continuous or perfect continuous category. The easiest way is to start with the helping verb to identify them. If it follows was or were plus V4, past continuous. If it has the pattern is, are, or am plus V4, then present continuous. Future will be plus V4. Perfect continuous, past had been plus V4, present has or have been plus V4, future a question mark. Let's take an example to understand whether we have got the concept in our head or not. So here, let me take a sentence using the verb written above on the screen, which is knowing. So here, they have been knowing Rohan for 5 years. So here what do you notice? Have, present, and now it follows have been plus V4. So this belongs to present perfect continuous. Now let me show you a very important, amazing fact here right now. See, tense means time. Time means verb. So if I change the verb, the time will change. Yes, correct. I have just changed one helping verb. Have has been replaced by had. Now check the time. It has become past perfect continuous. Same sentence, everything. So be very particular about your helping verbs and the main verb in order to have complete command over the tenses. Let's move to the next category. And that is the last category. You remember, viewers, V2. V2 is only used for simple past. So likewise, V4, V5, what do we use it for? Let's have a look here. V5, it can be used for past, it can be used for present, it can be used for future. Well, viewers, have a careful look. Never. V5 can never be used for past. Future, never. It can only and only be used for present category. So here it is used for one type, which is simple present, and like V2, it never has a negative form. Never. It is used with singular subjects. When we will discuss subject verb agreement, then we will talk about the patterns in detail. Plus V5 always. So V5, easy way to identify, it will always have S or ES in the end. So let's take an example. Singular subject, he, know the answer. Check. He, singular subject, no. With singular subject in positive form, what do we use? V5. Now check no. No is V1. That means it is incorrect. In order to correct it, I will have to make it as V5. He knows the answer. That's how it will be correct. So I hope, my viewers, today you have learnt about the most important thing, which is tense. Tense means time. Time means verbs. Verbs, two categories, helping and the main verb. So first, always look at the the helping verb to identify the basic time, whether it belongs to past, present or future. Then you move to the main verb. Check for the form of the verb, whether it is V1. If V1, simple category. V2, always used for simple past and it will never have a helping verb. V3 can be used for past, present or future, but it is used for perfect category or simple. Okay, for perfect, I hope you remember, you have watched the pattern: has, have, had or will have plus V3. V4, ing form of the verb, again used for all the three times, past, present or future. However, it can be used for two categories. First one continuous, second one perfect continuous. Look at the pattern in order to identify whether they belong to continuous or perfect continuous. And the last category is V5, which is only used for simple present and it never has a negative form. I hope, students and my dear viewers, you have found it useful for you. It will help you in your daily life when you speak this language English or when you write it, so that you are able to identify your own mistakes and you don't repeat the mistakes of tenses. Thank you very much, viewers, for watching me. I hope you have subscribed. Press the bell icon to get latest notification. Thank you, everybody. You all have a good time.